Post-production.
Today we're joined by a very special guest in the studio. He's the chairman of the Tanzania Association of Reading and also of the UK, Mr. John Lusingu. Mr. John, how are you today?
I'm alright, and thank you for inviting me here, Mr. Tony.
Beautiful. I tend to travel a lot, so I've traveled to many towns and cities in the UK. And I lived in London for quite a while, a long time, but when I came to Reading, one of the things I was very fascinated by was the huge population of Tanzanians in Reading.
It's been a place where, when you come to the UK, you find that it's very close to to Heathrow Airport.
Okay.
But the other factor that I would say that would be the most important is the fact that in Reading has been a very hospitable town.
Yes.
It's been welcoming. The people here, the stories that we've had for those people who've been coming in year after year, is that once you get to Reading, it's very hard to actually know that you're an immigrant.
Would you say the African communities in Reading, from your experience, work together in social harmony? Or would you say there's more work to be done?
I think, to be honest, there's more work to be done. And it's come to a time that people have to realize, and we as leaders, especially, I think it's one of the objectives before my tenure is out, is to make people realize that if we work together for a common goal, then we are more bound to succeed than if we did it as individuals.
What are the main challenges you think they face?
Well, the challenges are there. And the challenge number one, as you know, this is it's almost a global challenge. First of all, when you know that having a status, because some of them come on short student visas, and majority of them come on student visas. At the moment, our biggest commitment is the Tanzanian 50th Independence Celebration. You can imagine if you take it from a perspective of human being, if he turns 50, you know how precious birthdays are. But now this is a nation, 50 years of independence. Even some of us who were born by independence, when we sit back and see what we've been able to achieve, where we've come from as a nation, how much as a nation we are going forward, then it gives us pride. At least standing up and singing the national anthem and saying now we have 50 years of independence is something great. Now that is one of the projects, and we are trying to make it as more Tanzanian as possible. That doesn't mean that we are going to speak a lot of Swahili, but what we say that making it more Tanzanian as possible is that we have tried to bring. We have invited Twanga Pepeta, one of the most popular bands at home, and they've been practicing. They were supposed to come here mid-year. They said no, we will be coming at the 50th anniversary because we want to make sure that we celebrate it in style. They'll be here, they'll be in London. I think that's when we'll be launching officially the start of the celebrations.
And we're also joined in the studio again today by previous guests on the show, also part of the Tanzania celebrations coming up on this Saturday, and the brainchild of Urban Pulse, Mr. Frank Eyembe. Frank, welcome back to the studio. How are you today?
Thank you, Tony. It's always a pleasure to be back, you know.
A bit about Urban Pulse and what it does in the UK as an initiative.
Urban Pulse is a Reading-based company, and we are specialized in doing all sorts of visual production, from music, adverts, films, documentaries, professional photos, any sort of images you need. Yeah. And also we do promotion as well. We do different events, and the list goes on and on. Maybe you should ask her what is we don't do.
I know it's been quite hectic, but what's the journey been like so far? Is it a very, very fulfilling feeling to be involved in that visual and video process?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's very rewarding job anyway, and interest. And for us, we only started like a hobby, you know, because me and mainly Baraka, we kind of, you know, we are one of the few people. And obviously, when we started, we were a few people. But at the moment, me and Baraka, and obviously we got family, we got Mish, we got Paul, we got very talented people working towards making a difference in our society.
That's very, very important. So it's always, you know, nice to have people like you making that big difference to Africans, not just in Reading but also in the UK, because it makes a better place for the children of tomorrow also.
Absolutely.
Now, you're going to be heavily involved in Tanzanian celebration taking place this weekend in London?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So can you tell our listeners more about this Tanzanian celebration? What do people expect and what's this going to be all about?
I think the chairman's already touched some bases of the heaviness of this. I can say. I think even heaviness is not the word. I mean, it's very overwhelming feeling, and the expectation are very high because, like you said, 50th Tanzania. Tanzania can only be 150. You know, this is the first time since we got independence, and it's time to celebrate. So there's a lot of high expectation. There's a lot of things going on. It's gonna be a shock for everybody. It's shock to me. I mean, people should expect a very good performance. We bring the best, and obviously, if you can have the best, you can only expect the best.
Okay, let me take it from a very humble note then. What part will urban poles play in the Tanzanian celebrations?
We always play, and we continue playing the same thing. We always do what we're good at, which is promoting, connecting, and giving people information to where to go. You know what's in town, what to expect. From encouraging people, because a lot of people actually don't know about these events or any other important information. So we come in as a link to kind of connecting people, to giving the information, to make adverts, to make documentary, to make all those fascinating products, so that people, when they see it, like, wow, you don't want to miss this.
Okay, that's beautiful. And so if people want to get more involved in these celebrations in the UK, let's say Tanzanians in Reading and the UK, but also Africans in Reading and the UK, and then the external community, who do they contact?
I think to start with, contact our chairman or the Tanzania community, because we work under their directives as well, and also you can contact our embassy as well. They'll be able to allocate and find a suitable person to deal with your query, and most cases they normally comes to us, or you can even contact direct.
Okay.
And our email address is very simple, you can't forget it. It's Urban Pulse, which RUBAN Pulse
Urban Poles, yeah.
Creative
Creative
at gmail.com,
@gmail.com.
or you can give us a ring.
Beautiful. And the number is
078
078
655
655
94
94
576.
576.
That's correct.
Frank, is anyone you'd like to have a special shout out to today listening in the studio?
I wish I could have hours to do this, but since you're gonna give me a few minutes, I mean, first of all, I would like.
So you've got to rush up to London.
I know. Well, to be honest, first I wanna give glory, thanks to God to give me an opportunity to be alive here today, and my family, Urban Pulse family, Mish, Baraka, Paul, JSP, list goes on and on. I mean, everybody else, my family back home, my uncle, brother, sisters, we love you all. That's all I can say.
Okay. Thanks for coming in the studio once again today and keeping me posted about all the great work you're doing in the community. It's nice having you once again.
Okay, thank you very much.
That's beautiful. Thanks. That's Frank Eyembe here from Urban Pole.